The retirement letter arrives. Not because you become rich overnight, because one number quietly crosses a line you don't even notice. You check your 401k during a coffee break. The screen shows a balance you've dreamed about for years. But instead of excitement, you feel something unexpected. You ask yourself one question. Is this finally enough to never work again? That question changes everything. Because almost everyone spends years chasing a retirement number. You hear people say you need $1 million. Others say 2 million. Some swear you'll need 5 million. But the truth is much stranger. The number that lets you retire isn't decided by your age. It isn't decided by your salary. And it definitely isn't decided by your neighbor who keeps bragging about his investment account. It's decided by one relationship between your spending and your savings. Retirement isn't about replacing your paycheck. It's about replacing your lifestyle. Today, you're going to walk through the exact levels almost every American investor faces inside a 401k. You'll see what each balance really buys you, where people make expensive mistakes, and how close or how far you actually are from financial freedom. Level 1, $100,000. Your 401k finally reaches 6 figures. You stare at the screen. $100,000. You remember when contributing just $50 per paycheck felt impossible. Now your account quietly grows while you're asleep. Then your friend Jason buys a brand new $65,000 pickup truck. He says he's earned it. The monthly payment is only $980. He tells himself he'll invest more later. Later never comes. You feel behind because Jason has the nicer driveway. But something strange happens. His truck loses value every month. Your investments quietly buy tiny pieces of hundreds of companies inside an S&P 500 index fund. It doesn't feel like wealth. It feels like waiting. And waiting is uncomfortable. Money grows fastest when your ego grows slowest. Level 2, $250,000. Now the account starts behaving differently. Some days it moves $2,000 before lunch. Other days it falls $3,000 before dinner. You haven't changed anything. The market simply moves. The swings suddenly feel emotional. Your hands itch to do something. Jason calls again. This time he found an investment promising 18% guaranteed returns. Crypto, private lending, an AI trading bot. The story changes every year. The promise never does. Easy money. You almost believe him because seeing your account drop $5,000 in one day feels painful. But here's the twist. It doesn't feel like getting richer. It feels like becoming harder to scare. Instead of chasing miracles, you keep buying every paycheck. Rain or shine, bull market or bear market. Because consistency beats excitement. Level 3, $500,000. $500,000. You expected fireworks. Instead, Monday morning still comes. Your investments begin working almost as hard as you do. A good market year might add $50,000. That's close to an entire salary for many Americans. Suddenly you realize something. The market isn't paying you because you're smarter. It's paying you because you stayed invested long enough. Jason sees your account balance. He becomes impatient. He cashes out his retirement account to buy a rental property with almost no money down. The repairs arrive before the tenants. The roof leaks. The furnace dies. The vacancy stretches for months. He owns an asset, but the asset owns him. You own index funds. Your Saturday belongs to you. The best investment doesn't always demand your weekends. Halfway through this journey, here's a reality check. Retirement isn't won with one lucky investment. It's built through decades of ordinary decisions repeated again and again. Financial freedom is usually boring while you're building it. Level 4, $1 million. This is the famous milestone. The number everyone celebrates. The media loves it. Friends envy it. Family assumes you've made it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. $1 million doesn't automatically mean you can retire. Not if you're spending $120,000 every year. Not if you still carry debt. Not if your lifestyle quietly expanded every time your paycheck increased. This is where the famous 4% rule enters the conversation. If your investments can safely provide roughly 4% each year over a long retirement, $1 million may support about $40,000 of annual spending before taxes. Notice something? The account didn't tell you whether you're rich. Your expenses did. Jason reaches the same milestone differently. He upgrades his house, adds luxury vacations, leases 2 expensive SUVs. His spending rises faster than his investments. From the outside, he looks wealthier. Inside, he feels trapped. It doesn't feel like success. It feels like maintenance. Lifestyle inflation is the retirement killer nobody celebrates. Level 5, $1.5 million. Now something changes inside you. Not outside. Inside. Your investments can potentially generate enough income that work becomes optional rather than mandatory. You no longer panic when layoffs appear on the news. You don't fear every meeting with your manager. You negotiate differently because desperation disappears. Freedom arrives before retirement does. That's the surprise. The account doesn't buy happiness. It buys choices. Jason still earns more than you. But every paycheck already has a destination: mortgage, luxury car, credit cards, vacation financing, private school tuition. Meanwhile, your investment income quietly keeps growing. You begin saying no. No to overtime. No to purchases you don't actually want. No to impressing strangers. The richest person in the room is often the one who needs the least. Level 6, $2 million. Now imagine another ordinary Tuesday. You wake up naturally. No alarm. Sunlight fills the kitchen. Coffee brews slowly. Your phone buzzes. Another market day begins. Some days your account gains $20,000. Other days it loses $15,000. You barely react. Not because you stopped caring. Because you've learned the difference between price and progress. This balance might support around $80,000 annually using the same 4% guideline before taxes, depending on market conditions and your retirement plan. For many American households, that's enough. For others, it isn't. Because retirement numbers are personal, not universal. Jason finally asks the question he should have asked years ago. How much is enough? You smile. Because that's the wrong question. The better question is, how much do I spend every year? That's the number that secretly controls everything. Your expenses decide your finish line long before your investments reach it. Now let's return to where this story started. You're sitting at work. Coffee beside your keyboard. Your retirement account opens on the screen. The balance is higher than yesterday. Maybe much higher than last year. You still haven't quit your job. Not because you don't have enough money. Because now you understand what enough actually means. The mystery wasn't hidden inside your 401k. It was hidden inside your lifestyle. The moment your investments can reliably support the life you already enjoy, work becomes a choice, not a requirement. That's why two people can both have $1 million. One retires comfortably. The other keeps working another 15 years. The difference isn't the account balance. The difference is the life that balance has to pay for. So before you chase the next 100,000, before you obsess over reaching 1 million, before you compare yourself with someone driving a newer car, ask yourself one simple question. If your paycheck disappeared tomorrow, how much money would your life actually need? Because the day you know that answer, you stop chasing random numbers, and you finally start building freedom. Your 401k doesn't retire you. Your habits do.